Hey, ladies. Welcome to Small Business Saturday. It's your girl, Cherie, in the building. And today we are talking about small business, entrepreneurship, and more importantly, how to sign your first client when you have no results, no past clients, etc. The reason that I wanted to do this as a topic is because um, so many of us, when we are told to get our first clients, what we're first told is, okay, what you do is you know, you talk about your past results, you talk about the clients that you're currently serving, blah, blah, blah. But suppose you're getting into something new, right? Suppose you are getting into something where you don't have any past results, you don't have any past clients, then what do you do? That's what we're going to talk about today. Before we talk about that, though, a couple of announcements. Number one is, are you on our email list? Ladies, if you're not on our email list, you want to get on the email list. It's bwmakingmoney.com, bwmakingmoney.com. The reason I want to do the email list is because YouTube asked me if I wanted to do memberships or, sometimes people do Patreon. I have no interest in that. However, I did want to be able to do some copyright issue content, and I can't do that on YouTube. So we're going to have our inner circle for that. So the other thing is sometimes there are things that I don't necessarily want to put on the community tab. So I'll be able to share that with you there. So again, it's bwmakingmoney.com. It's free to sign up. I'm not charging anything in order to hear the other content, but you can definitely participate in that. The second is, if you are listening to the replay, please put replay in the chat. And that way, sorry, in the comments, if you're listening to the replay, that way the YouTube algorithms can definitely recognize us. So, hello, blessed in every area of my life. I love that name, saying you're so grateful for me. Well, thank you so much, my dear. So, um, what I'm going to do today is actually play a video that I found. There's a gentleman that I found who teaches people how to help content creators. Well, he teaches people who does content management for content creators how to get more business, but he had a really good video on this topic. And what I want to do is I want to show his video and add in a few pieces that I think he missed with regards to this topic. So the video itself is about 12 minutes that I'm going to show here. And yeah, I'm going to just add it to the stream and we are going to be ready to go. Make sure I got the speed on right. See, I was on double speed. Okay, let's listen to what this guy has to say.
Story, like which came first, the client or the results for the client? And the answer is that it's the client that comes first. It's the chicken, right? So in order, you obviously understand this because you're watching your video, right? So you're smart. So in order to get clients, they want to see proof, right? So what comes?
That's true. Most clients are going to ask you, hey, have you ever worked with anybody like this before? What have you done, with regards to this? So if you haven't done anything before with regards to the type of business that you're starting and the excuse me, the service that you're offering, then this is a great video. He left a couple of things out, like I said, so I'm going to chime in and add those things in. But this is a great way for you to get that first tough client.
First is the client, not the result. In order, here's what you need to be doing, right?
Okay, so he did say here, what comes first is the client and not the result. So actually, putting that person first and figuring out who that first person can be or is going to be very pivotal to your success in business. Let's keep going.
And I'm gonna functionally tell you how to get this done, right? So get client, get results, get client, get results. That's how it works, right? So before I get into this, let me share some screenshots. So this is one of my boys, Xavier. He's in one of my communities, and he decided to spin up a short form content agency. So breakdown of how he found his first client, found a dating coach, made 5 shorts of his existing long form,
Okay, so first thing is he found a dating coach, but he found a YouTuber that has 300,000 subs. So this guy, Daniel, didn't really, um, excuse me, he didn't really mention that, but it is important for you to find somebody that already has traction, that already has a business, that's already doing something. So again, this is just an example, but whether you are doing accounting or you're doing, um, business plans like I was doing or anything like that, you want to find somebody that can be your first case study that you can actually help get results for. So this guy Xavier was very strategic in the fact that he went after a dating coach, so lower hanging fruit, and a YouTuber that had 300,000 subs. So they already had traction with regards to what they were doing. They already also probably had a lot of content as well. So let's move this back just a little bit here and let's continue listening to the way that he was able to get his first client.
His existing long form.
So the next thing they said is they made this Xavier guy, made five shorts of his existing long form. So basically, he did a preview of his services for this dating coach. Hey, Shar. Hello. Yes, please hit the like button on the way in. Don't forget to sign up for our email list, bwmakingmoney.com, for exclusive content, no charge. Let's keep going. So again, he found a YouTuber with 300,000 subs. He made five shorts of this YouTuber's existing long form. This was like a sampling of his work. Okay, let's keep going.
Sent him a short every other day until he responded. Got the email and sent him a personalized loom. Sent two proposals, one full package, another.
Okay, he's going kind of fast here, so I'm going to read it for you. He sent this YouTuber a short. So, like a sample of his work every other day until he responded. It took three times, three touches. So, one of the mistakes that we make as beginning entrepreneurs is that we think the person's going to respond the first time. You have to be prepared to make 10 to 20 touches depending on the person that you're reaching out to. So, three touches was actually really good for something like this, right? You also want to select somebody like I'm not selecting Tony Robbins to go and pitch to because everybody pitches to him. You want to find somebody who has some traction but is not so far ahead in the game that that you would be ignored. Okay. So that's like number three. Number four thing that he did was he got the person's email and sent him a personalized Loom. If you're not familiar with what Loom is um, a screen capture software. Okay. So he sent him a personalized loom breaking down his current content. So another thing he might do is create a content calendar for this person and say, hey, if I were your service provider, this is how I would do your content, right? And ladies, this is not about you being a content provider. This is just a sample of how you are able to actually help somebody with regards to getting your first client and showing them what you're able to do. So the next thing that he did was he sent two proposals, one full package and one just repurposing his long form content into shorts. The YouTuber picked just the repurposing. So he basically made him an offer, right? You want to make offers. One of the things, y'all know I'm in real estate now, one of the things that they constantly drill into us is nothing happens until you make an offer. So just offering your services to people and say, hey, look, I have two options. You can do the full package or you could do the partial package. These are the prices. If there's, anything I can do, just let me know. You never know when people are going to take you up on that. And then he says he emailed back and forth with regards to how the process went. So people will ask you, like, the more they're thinking of pulling out their credit card, they'll ask you questions about how is this going to go. So you need to have your flow of like how you're going to do the service kind of already in your head before you start approaching people. And then the final thing is he said he sent the invoice and he got paid. So This guy, Daniel, again, went through those steps really, really quickly, but this is a great outline of how you are able to get that first client when, if somebody asks you, hey, who have you worked with before? You don't really have anybody. You need to do a sampling for somebody who can afford your services, who would want your services, who, if they used your services, it would actually help them. Um, Catapult their business, etc. So, hey, Dark and Lovely, good to see you. Okay, everybody, let's continue listening to this guy here.
Repurposed, email back and forth, how the process went, sent the invoice and paid. Now, 8 days later, he goes, posted first client results, 700,000 views. And additionally, got my first book call through my landing page.
Okay, so with this part of it, he got that first client, which was tough to get. He got results for that client, and then other clients automatically started coming. So you want to think as you are doing this as a process, as you are doing getting your first client as a process when you have no results, you actually want to think about what tangible results can I get the person that I could showcase to other potential clients. So when I was a business plan writer, I what I did was I came on YouTube and I did a whole bunch of videos. Like I looked at like 30 different industries that I could write business plans for. And I did videos for all of those industries. And basically, I was like, if I'm writing a business plan for an app, this is how I would write the business plan. And I went through the steps. If I were writing a business plan for a restaurant, this is how I write the business plan. And I did the steps. And I would say, if you want me to write your business plan for you, let me know. And then I also did some samples as well so that people could see the samples of my work. I think I had 5 or 6 samples on my website of different industries and like what the business plans would look like. I had no problem selling clients at that point. So you want to get creative with regards to how you showcase the work that you're doing. Let's keep going.
Right? So let me break this down here for you. Let me break this down. So in image 1, you see
This guy looks like he just got out of bed too. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that, but his content in this video is really good. So let's keep going.
it's very difficult to sign client. It takes a considerable amount of effort. In image 2, you see that for him, it was easy to get the second client, or at least the call booked. So in the beginning, it was very hard. And in the end, it was very easy. So you see that gap. What closed that gap? And the answer was this. This specifically right here, the 700,000 views.
It's not just the 700,000 views. It was the fact that he shined the light on the 700,000 views. It was the fact that he recognized that that was the tangible result that he got for the client, and he was able to showcase that to other clients or other prospects. Hey, Denise, hello. Let's keep going.
If you don't deliver client results, it will always be hard to get clients. This is what so many people do not functionally understand. It is extremely difficult to get your first client because you don't have results. But when you finally get that client and you don't give them results, it's always going to be the most difficult it can be for the rest of your life. So many of you guys want to sign all of the clients and make all of the money, but deliver zero of the results. And it always makes your life on maximum difficulty. Always. Right?
He's actually right about that. Hey, Coach K, hello. He's actually right about that. Instead of in the very beginning, instead of you focusing on getting 50 clients, focus on getting one and doing a dynamic job for that person. Doing such a great job documenting your process, documenting the results. When I say document, I don't necessarily mean on a Word document. There are people who actually, depending on the type of service that you're doing, you're actually able to document it on YouTube or on LinkedIn or places like that where people can see the journey of how you're making the sausage and what the results are going to be. So you want to think about that as well as you are working with your first client. Focus on just getting one. I'm sure that Coach K would agree with this, right? Get that first client, chase revenue, get that first client, do a dynamic job for them. And then clients number 2 through 100 million are infinitely easier. Let's keep going.
So it was extremely hard to sign the first one, extremely easy to sign the second. And what decreased the difficulty was the acquisition of results. This right here is the only reason it's easy. It becomes easy.
So, when we talk about the 4 things, ladies, that I would suggest you have in business, you also want to have your technical skills, your soft skills, your networks, multicultural networks, and your resources, right? So, you're looking at the technical skills that you need in order to get the results that that person is looking for within the business. Why did that person hire you? What kind of results they're looking for? Let's keep going.
Right? Every additional client should be easier and easier to obtain if you get good results for your clients. This is the primary issue with a lot of you guys running businesses. And it's like, it's the reason why so many things get screwed up in marketing, right? So like you probably want to run a sustainable business that doesn't scam people, right? So you have to do the results. It's all those other people who don't care about the client results that screw everything up for you. But if you just do a really good job, you put in a lot of hard, actual, extreme, concerted effort to get good at the service you're selling and get your clients results, I promise it's going to work out for you. I promise it will work out in the long run and you will build a very profitable business, right?
Okay, so there's one other thing that he did not add in here that I want to add on. It is not just getting a good result for your client, it is also you being able to articulate the results that you got for future when you're talking to future prospects. If you are not able to succinctly articulate how you got that client, that first client results, you are not going to do as well either. Okay. So let's keep listening to what he has to say. That was a really big thing that I just wanted to add on there because he missed that part.
So that's what you need to focus on. So many people are not good at what they do. So let me give you some for instances. You're trying to sell.
Lord knows that's the truth. A lot of people are not good at what they do. This is why, hey, selfish love, this is why, when people say, oh, a market is saturated, yeah, but are people good at what they do? Being good at what you do, we had a discussion a while ago about the notary businesses, right? And being good at what you do includes customer service. It includes calling people back. I can't tell you how many times when I was a business plan writer, somebody would contact me for a business plan, and people would say, I'm the only person that called them back out of all the people that they connected with, right? So you want to be good at all aspects of your business, including the customer service, including the delivery of results. Everybody, don't forget to sign up for my email list. If you're not on my email list, bwmakingmoney.com, bwmakingmoney.com. Want to thank Dark and Lovely for actually doing the logo for us. So thank you so much again to Dark and Lovely. But you want to sign up for the email list. We are going to have content that is not on that, like, either copyright sensitive or just content I don't want to have on YouTube. We're going to do it you know, on Zoom or someplace like that. So bwmakingmoney.com if you're not on the email list. Let's continue listening to what this guy is saying.
Email marketing and you're not even good at email marketing, nor do you even run your own email list. You are trying to sell short form content, but you don't even drive views and you don't even post short form content yourself. You are trying to sell cold email lead generation, but you can't even sign clients using cold email yourself. How do you expect another human to give you money for something when you don't even do it yourself? Nor do you even get results for it. You need to de-risk for clients. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. They're focusing way on the upside and they're not de-risking, right? It hurts more to lose $100 than it feels good to gain $100. So you need to take the risk away from people, and you can de-risk in two ways. One is by guarantee, either a money-back guarantee or a performance basis, or by perception. And that is either results from yourself or results from clients, social proof or internal proof, like you do it already yourself, right? So if you sit here and you're teaching people, hey, here's how to get 100,000 followers on TikTok, and you have 100,000 followers on TikTok, it's pretty fucking apparent that you are the person capable of getting 100,000 followers on TikTok. Okay?
That goes back to my discussion of me being a business plan writer and me showing like 5 different samples of business plans that then de-risk for my prospects and my clients like, "Oh, she can put a business plan together and oh, this actually does look legitimate here." So it does become easier when you have that social proof behind you.
It's pretty apparent, regardless if you did it for another human or not. So all of you have one free client that requires $0 and 0 effort to sign. Yourself. And you're not even doing it. You're trying to sell all these services and you're not even doing it yourself.
So what he's saying is make yourself your first client if possible. Depending on what you do, make yourself your first client and show people your results.
Just trying to automatically sell it to another person. If like you're out here trying to sell short form content, talking about, are you interested in growing your business with short form content? Are you? You don't even do it. Like, are you interested in growing your business with short form content? Because it appears as if you're not. Like, why is someone going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, I'll work with you to build my business with short form content, even though you're personally not using short form content? Like, even you aren't confident enough in your ability to grow a business with short form content to the point that you don't even do this shit yourself. It's incredible. Like, really sit there and think, like, step back into the third person and really look at yourself and just, it's so obvious. Like, fucking obviously, you should be doing short form content yourself. If you're selling short form content, like, it's very clear.
Okay, Grant Cardone did a book called Sell or Be Sold. And in it, he talked about the fact that you have to be completely sold on the business that you are doing and um, the product or service that you are offering. If you are not, and I know Grant Cardone is controversial, but like I said, I liked his early sales stuff. So this is like his back in the day sales stuff. If you are not fully confident in what you are selling, it is going to show. So the best way for you to um, make a sale and make that first sale is to show results. And the best way to do that is for yourself or for, like I said, that test client that you're actually working for.
Right? So there's 4 things that are going to get people to buy over time. Right? So it's claims, proof, competency, and consistency. So we're going to go through each of these.
Okay, so there are 4 things that get people to buy over time: claims, proof, competency, and consistency. It's always hardest to get that first client. It's always easiest to get that 100th client. So let's keep listening.
So claims, you fill the gap. You take somebody from current state to end state. So a lot of what you guys are doing is you're trying to sell short form content, or you're trying to sell email marketing. You're not selling short form content or selling email marketing. You're selling $50,000 of sales in the next 60 days or you don't pay. Like, you're selling the gap. Like the current state, they don't have clients or they're working too much or whatever the fuck. The end state is they have a lot of money or like the business is automated and your service is the gap between those. So
Yeah, so you're always selling the result. You're never selling the thing you're doing. So Selfish Love is in the building here. She's hopefully starting her bookkeeping company, right? When my mother and I had the bookkeeping company, we always sold the fact that we would create their financial statements so that they could get their taxes done. Like that's what people want. They want the results. They don't care about the data entry going into QuickBooks. They want their financial statements that they can take to their accountant and get their taxes done, right? Or Coach K. Coach K sells Coach K sells several things, but one of the things he sells is like business training, right? So he's not selling business training. He's selling what the attendees are going to learn and going to be able to do once they have taken his courses. So you want to think about what result you are offering. And your first client, your first couple of clients, you are really selling the claim that you have the ability to do it. Let's keep watching.
You sell the end state, not the mechanism, right? So quantifiable promise, end result without objection. So here's some examples. I will close $50,000 in new business using your email list in the next 60 days without running fake scarcity, discounted promos, or hyped up off-brand emails. That's fire. So I will script, edit, and produce your next 8 YouTube videos and guarantee they get 3 times more views without hopping on hype trains or breaking terms of service, or you don't pay. That's good, right? Quantifiable promise, end result without a specific objection that they have, right? Easy. All right. Proof. This is how you convert the next subsection of people, the next subsection of the population. Otherwise, people who want proof that you are in fact able to deliver the result. So if you just have a claim, like some small percent of the population will buy just off the claim without any evidence. The next subsection of the population.
Okay. I really like that. I really like the fact that he said that only a small amount of people are willing to buy your services based on a claim. So there is, within technology, there is a Oh my goodness. It is the technology life cycle curve, I think is what it's called. And what these people are like early adopters. This is like anywhere from 3 to 10% of the population will buy from you based on just your claim that you are able to do something. So it's not about getting frustrated with people who don't want to buy from you. It's about understanding who are those first adopters, who are those pioneers that are willing to give you a shot based solely on the fact that you claim you can do something. So, Blessed in every area of my life is saying, this is awesome. I have a recruiting agency and offer career coaching as well. Yeah. So, great point. So, with your claim, your end state is you may not be able to guarantee a job, but could you guarantee that they'll get a certain number of interviews because of the resume you put together? Um, can your resumes help them get past the ATS and get to the interview chair? Things like that. You kind of want to think of the end result that you're able to help people get, right? Are they going to get a certain number of DMs in their LinkedIn because you've helped them set up their LinkedIn in such a way that that people are calling them, right? With your recruiting agency, depending on if it is specialized enough, you may be able to say, "Hey, I promise that you'll get 3 interviews within the next 30 days." Right? If you have enough business coming in. So Selfish Love is saying she loves this. Mentor Shelly is in the building. This is a much needed info for us in the coaching and consulting industries. Yeah, I like the way this guy broke it down. So let's keep going here.
Population is more logical and they require proof. So these are all the ways by which you can do this. Interview with the client. Like if you have a client, having them explain the results they achieved with you, screenshots of the client's results or your results. Those are completely fine, right? Selfie testimonial videos from clients explaining the results they achieved, or independent case study walkthroughs where it's kind of like a loom and you just explain your process of how you went from current state to end state. That's very important that you understand that. It's show every single form of social proof should present a current state, and then something was executed and it resulted in an end state. It's a story, right? Current state, gap, end state. And then you are the gap. Like you are the thing that gets them to the end state, or yourself to the end state, right? So Now, a further subsection of the population will not just want to see proof that you have delivered the result, but will want further evidence that certifies in their head that you are in fact a master. So this hits the next most logical of the people in existence. So they want to see you prove your competency. They want to see that you are indisputably a master and you very much do, in fact, know what you're talking about, right? And this is
And when you get to competency, you can charge premium prices.
where the following forms of content come in: explainer videos, cheat sheets, stories, walkthrough videos, like you just explaining your processes, right? Because what happens in B2B, if you don't know what B2B means, it means business to business. So you're selling like a marketing agency or shit like that. You're selling to other businesses. It's B2B. So what happens with B2B is these people are busy. So if you show them all of the sauce, they might like sit here and try to execute it themselves. But I don't have time for this. I'm just going to use this guy to just.
I cannot tell you how much money I made writing business plans for people because they were busy. They didn't know how to do the financials. They're like, no, Cherie, just take it. How much are you charging? Where do I send the retainer? Mean, when you show a level of competence, like it is easy to get clients. It is absolutely easy to get clients as long as you are selling something that people want. And I always say there's a difference between what people want and what people need. People need to eat broccoli, but people will pay for, filet mignon and the butteriest of um, I don't know, mashed potatoes or french fries or whatever, right? So yeah, competency is a really big thing and showcasing that competency is important. And you are looking to sell something to busy people. If you can sell something to busy people, you can make a lot of money.
Accelerate results. That's what happens in B2B. However, what happens in B2C is if you do like walkthroughs and whatnot like that, they're just poor, so they just do it themselves.
Very true. B2C is hard. B2C is hard. You want to try to get B2B as much as possible. Or for someone like a mentor Shelly, they're coming to her because, like with the mentor Shelly, she is able to say, hey, without my help, you might just get your next job. With my help, you could get your next job and a $15,000 to $20,000 bump in salary. Who am I going to at that point? Right? Am I going to actually sit here and try to do it myself and miss out on a $15,000 to $20,000 bump in salary because Mentor Shelley can help me actually with the salary negotiation and know how to interview in such a way that multiple people are offering me a job, et cetera, et cetera. So, this is where you get to competency. And competency is not just in how you deliver your product or service. Competency is in your sales process as well, and convincing people to hire you versus any and every other option that's out there. Let's continue. We only have a couple of minutes left of this.
So giving value is actually extremely effective in B2B because they'll try it themselves and they'll be like, I don't feel like doing this. I'm just going to hire this guy. Consistency. So this is where you hit the next subsection of the population, people who are not ready to buy right now, which is actually 99% of all people. So this is like a functional rework of your mind that you need to understand. Not everyone is ready to buy your thing. So you have to stop getting emotional that when you're reaching out to people or people are coming into your funnel, they're not purchasing right away. It has nothing to do with your offer. And it has everything to do with the fact that their fucking grandma just died. Someone just quit. Their girlfriend broke up with them. Just random shit, bro. There's just stuff going on in people. Like everyone isn't ready to buy right now. So this is the concept of a conversion window. People come into your funnel and there's an average amount of time with which their conversion elapses. Like how long does it take, right? So every single person on the planet is not ready to purchase something from you right now. Consistency. The concept of consistency is where you permanently associate yourself with your thing. So like, for instance, if you've been talking about making TikTok social funnels for a year straight on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter, all the people who have been consistently watching your content will begin to permanently associate the concept of social funnels with you.
This is true, ladies. This is true. So, first of all, thank you, Mentor Shelley, saying get your money. Yes, absolutely. So, this is true. I knew of a woman years ago. This is when blogging was really popular. Uh, and when you actually did blogging in order to get to the top of the search engines. And she did a blog every single day for a year in like a very, very specific category, and with that, she made so much money because when people Googled that specific thing, they found her. Like you you couldn't help but find her. And she had so much business because she was consistent with regards to that. Some of you need to be on YouTube, some of you need to be on LinkedIn, some of you need to be on Facebook. You don't necessarily have to be the person that is um, uh, putting out content every day about this specific thing. It's better for you to be consistent 3 days a week than, like fully rush in for 10 days and then not do anything else. But I will say, if you are the person that's dropping a gem every single day, that is like my boss does this. He does these little 30 to 60-second videos every single day on Facebook. He makes so much money because of that. So, asking yourself how you can easily be able to do those things, you can make a whole lot of money. You could be the go to person for these things, especially now since the shorts are searchable. Some of you just need to think about dropping a short every single day. It doesn't even have to be fancy. Depending on the product or service that you're selling, just get it out there.
Right? And when their conversion window elapses, it will likely be with, guess what, you. That's how this works. So I have an account on Twitter.
Okay, so actually, that was the entire video. That was the entire video that I wanted to show all of you. Um, yeah, you can sign your first client with no results, with no previous clients. You have now a roadmap in order to do that. I just wanted to come on, share this video, add a couple of additional things that Daniel didn't add in. I thought he did a really great job with his video and his explanation. I hope this inspires you. Take the rest of the weekend, kind of think about if you all are starting your business. Think about, like, hey, how am I able to take this information and actually make it work for me? The final thing that I will ask is I'm thinking of actually opening up a business. I don't know if it's gonna be coaching, it's probably gonna be more business consulting, where I help people with, like, create their offers and kind of create a roadmap in order to start or grow their businesses. So, do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat if you think that that's a good idea, should I kinda launch this agency. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think it's a good idea, that, things are oversaturated, my voice is not needed. I will not take it personally either way. I'm just trying to get a temperature. Put a 1 in the chat if you think like, hey, Cherie, this is something that people really need. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, nah, there's too much competition, too many people out there. Okay, you all are putting ones in the chat. Okay, so that was one of the things that came out in my mastermind session, was that I should definitely open up my shingle with regards to this. And I'm honestly thinking of focusing on Alex Hormozy's book, The $100 Million Offers, and just kind of getting people into that mindset. What's the offer? What's the result that we're going to get people, and how you're able to get those first few clients? So I wanted to thank you. That was my little, that was my little impromptu. What do you call it? Market survey there. So you're saying your voice is definitely needed. Great, great, fantastic. I will definitely do that then. So it's not going to be on this channel. I'm going to do a lot of my content on my other channel that I have, but I'll let you ladies know, because what I want to do is just drop like little, 30 to 90-second nuggets every single day and like really dominate the market. Ariana is in the building. Hello. I'm trying to be a personal stylist and this helps. Fantastic. I'm so glad that this helps you. Just kind of really thinking about getting that first client. You can definitely watch this over and over again. You're saying thanks so much for sharing. You're welcome, Shar. The shorts can be snippets of long form videos you've already done. Absolutely correct, Mentor Shelley. And there are people on Fiverr that can take your long form content and turn it into a whole bunch of shorts. So, maybe you invest $20, $30 into getting that done. So that is it. You're saying here, I bought that book thanks to you. Oh, fantastic. Yes. So on my main channel, I'm going to do the $100 million offer thing and just really hammer that in. So Ariana, get on TikTok ASAP. Yes, selfish love. I'm sorry. Yes, Ariana, selfish love is giving you some really great advice. I would also suggest, just in case TikTok gets banned, to also consider maybe Instagram as well. But I think you're able to take your content from TikTok and repurpose it on Instagram. I think so. You can definitely repurpose it on YouTube. So all right, everybody. So we have an unpopular opinion session coming in 15 minutes. So you all can come back. I am going to drop the link for that. Don't forget, for me right now, uh, bwmakingmoney.com. If you want to join the email list, bwmakingmoney.com, you are going to get content from me that we're not putting on social media. On YouTube. I have no interest in doing memberships, like YouTube memberships, and charging you for Patreon or anything like that. But I want to do some content kind of behind the scenes. So if you want access to that, you need to join the email list. It's completely free. bwmakingmoney.com, bwmakingmoney.com. And if you all want to gossip, yes, I will see you in the next video in about 15 minutes. Okay. And I'm actually going to drop the link for that as well. So, all right, ladies, take care. Bye.